Hey guys, this is CCB 101 and I'm going to show you how to upgrade your Hboot, flash recovery, flash the boot kernel, and install Wildchild's latest ROM. Okay, so basically what I do here is grab these files and put them all in one directory. You can grab them from the SDK or you can get one of the tools from XDA. And second, I download Wildchild's ROM. In the ROM itself, you'll see the Hboot zip, which you're going to want to extract out. Also the boot image and Wildchild recovery.image. Once you have all those extracted, you're going to go ahead and put the PH39IMG file onto the SD card of your phone, right in the root directory, because we're going to have to flash that later. Also, you're going to want to go into the internal HTC storage and put Wildchild's ROM there, because later we won't have access to the SD card. So while that's all transferring, I'll take the boot and recovery and I'll paste them in with the fast boot. These I'm going to need to flash in a little bit. Now that we have all the files transferred, we're going to want to grab our phone and pull out the SD card, because first we're going to need to relock the bootloader. Currently I'm unlocked. To relock, just hit power and volume down until you get into the Hboot menu. Then you're going to want to select fast boot. Now that your phone is connected, saying fastboot.usb, navigate to the file where you have your fast boot along with your kernel image and your recovery image. For me, it's on my desktop, so I navigate there in the command prompt. Then I'm going to type in fast boot OEM lock and you will see the phone lock its bootloader. You'll notice it says failed on the command prompt. Don't worry about that, because you are relocked. Once it's relocked, we're going to want to put the SD card back in, so we can power down the device. Take it out of USB. And then once the SD card's back in the phone, you're going to want to flash that image that we copied to the SD card. So hit power, volume down, and you're going to notice it says relocked up top. And now it's going to check the zip file that we put on our SD card for the new Hboot. So it found it. Now it's going to check. Once it found it, it's going to give us this option, and we're going to go ahead and update it. Now it's okay that the phone is shut off. That's what we want to see. So you're going to want to hit power and volume down again to finish the Hboot update. So now it's going to go through its check again to make sure the zip file's there. It's going to check the zip file. And now it's finishing updating the Hboot. This is all in real time, so you guys can get a gist of how long this will actually take. Now that it is complete, we're going to hit power to reboot. Once the screen goes black, I'm going to take out my battery. And I'm going to pull the SD card from the phone. I'm going to put the battery back in, back on, and we're going to hold power and volume down to get back into the Hboot menu. Because now we're going to need to unlock the bootloader so we can flash Wildchild's recovery. So now that we're back in the Hboot, we're going to click Fast Boot, and we're going to connect our phones to the USB. Now I left my command prompt open where I have my fast boot recovery and all that stuff. I also have my unlock code from HTC. I saved the unlock code.bin from the first time I unlocked my bootloader. You can keep using that over and over again so that it just is easy for you. Alright, now we're going to want to flash that bin file from HTC. So we're going to type fast boot flash unlock token. And we're going to hit enter. And your phone's going to be prompted with the unlock bootloader menu. You're going to hit volume up and power button to select. Now that our bootloader is unlocked, we can pull the battery from right there, put the battery back in, go back into the Hboot again, select fast boot, plug our devices back into the computer, and now we're going to want to flash recovery. So in our command prompt, we're going to type in flash recovery WCX recovery.img and hit enter. So next we're going to want to type fastboot flash recovery and WCX recovery image. And when we hit enter, you'll see the progress bar over here flashing, and now our recovery mode has been flashed on our phone. Next, we're going to want to flash the kernel. So we're going to do fastboot flash boot and boot.img. Again, you'll see the same status bar go up across here. And now we both have the recovery and the kernel properly flashed on our devices. So we're going to go back into the bootloader and we're going to enter recovery. Now we are in Wild Child's recovery. What we want to do is do our regular wipes. Wipe all data factory reset. Wipe cache. And wipe that cache. Now we can install the ROM. So we're going to go in the flash zip menu. Choose from internal SD card because we still have our SD card out of our phone. We're going to select that. Go to wherever you placed the ROM, hopefully on the root directory so you can easily install it. You're going to hit enter and then power to confirm. So it is now installing Wild Child's ROM. A couple pointers: don't use Titanium Backup after the ROM is installed to restore any data, especially if you're coming back from Gingerbread. Also, make sure your battery is above 50% before attempting this. Again, I'm going to show you this in real time so you guys can get a feel of how long this will take. Alright, now that the installation has been completed, we're going to return and we're going to reboot system. The first boot will take a little while on the screen to finish loading, but that is normal. Alright, when the device comes online, pull the ring up and set up your device as you would like. I'm going to skip ahead and show you what it looks like after the device has been set up. Now that we've gone through the setup, here's just a peek of the ROM. Make sure after the setup is complete, you reboot the device twice to make sure the ROM settles. As you can see, this is a very fast ROM, like all the others before it. And that is it, guys. You have Ice Cream Sandwich on your phone. Also, at this point, now that you have the ROM installed and booted, you can insert your SD card and remove the zip file that we placed on the root directory, or else every time you go into Hboot, it'll try to update your Hboot again. So let the ROM boot up and remove that zip file.